Hello, it's Nancy today. Do you know what? If you are a Mormon and you are about to read the Book of Mormon and you haven't read it for a while, or if you're just, anyway, it occurred to me, when Mormon was transcribing all the writings of all those prophets, and he was Mormon, he was doing it. That's why it's called the Book of Mormon. But anyway, when Mormon was going through all the writings of all those people who had kept the records before him, he started with some small plates. And that was Joseph Smith. No, not Joseph Smith. Nephi. Nephi had written upon some small plates and some large plates. The small plates was for the more spiritual things. Those were metal plates. They were made out of gold because that was the common thing that they used then. Anyway, and they were written in ancient hieroglyphics. But anyway, so he had some small plates and he had some large plates. The large plates were for the more regular, secular stuff, but the small plates were for the spiritual stuff. And so when Mormon was putting all those together, he put the small plates at the beginning. And he translated that or abridged them first. And so
I think those were not abridged. I think those were they not in their entirety?
Oh yeah, they're not abridged. That's right. It was the large plates that got abridged because there was so much of it. Thank you, dear.
Okay.
So when you go to read the Book of Mormon, and it's a common, people say, well, everybody's read 1 Nephi 100 times, right? It's because it's at the beginning of the book, and then they're going to read the book. They start reading it, and then things come up, and they don't read it, and then they start over again. So the first book, or the first couple books of Nephi, are the most commonly read. But you know what? Those are the most spiritual. Those are from those spiritual plates, which were in their entirety and were not abridged. Whereas after those first books, there are spiritual things in the rest of the Book of Mormon, but it does get into a lot of secular things, a lot of wars and things that happen. The chronology of what was happening to the people on this American continent back then. Like the Aztec and all those ancient civilizations that were here. Anyway, I just thought I would tell you that so that it was the will of God that those most spiritual things are at the beginning, because that is what we read over and over, which is probably going to help us so much. Okay, just thought I'd leave that little tidbit with you. So take heart, even if you're going to start reading the Book of Mormon again, read it from the beginning, because those are the spiritual parts. Ta-ta.